Gamers, and welcome. Good morning. I've got some futuristic glam going on today. I really do. I wanted to go undercover, you know? I wanted to fit in with my surroundings. So here we are. My phone is going off. I need to mute that. I need to go into chat here. I hope everyone's having a fantastic morning. Happy Friday. For those who celebrate Fridays, I mean. Okay. There we are. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes here for people to filter in who are keen on experiencing story. And then, yeah, we're going to go back to that place I found at the end of yesterday. Oh, I need to actually change my sound here. Sorry. There we go. Ugh. Okay. I think we're gonna fit in. I don't think anyone's gonna question where we're from. Oh, I just noticed I still have the the serpent ring on. It totally matches. Okay. That's my dragoon. My dragoon and my viper are both very close to level 100. So I'm going to kind of switch between them. Like, my viper is going to hit 100 in the next, like, quest. Probably. And then I'll switch to dragoon and get 100 on dragoon. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to find another class to level after the two of them. It's a problem. It's a problem. I do like those dragoon weapons though. So I'm probably gonna have to look at doing the dungeon again on my viper. On my dragoon to get an appropriate weapon with that. There we go. Finally muted my phone. And I have a Tamagotchi who's living with me right now. He's still asleep, but he's gonna wake up at some point. My mom got me an OG Tamagotchi. So, we'll see. Okay. Well, I guess let's head over to this place. We are inside the Thunderdome. Hey, Zome, good morning. Happy Friday. Congratulations for making it through another week. Lamut is pretty confused. I'm pretty sure this is Yaslani Station, but from the state of it, I'd swear it was abandoned years ago. I'm not sure what to make of this. We should look around a bit more. Whatever zone this is. What zone is this? 4. This is 4. But I know I'm super close to another zone. Good morning, Break. Good morning. How are you today? Happy Friday. You find a train turntable. The thick layers of rust suggest that it hasn't been used in years. Wait a minute. There was a train just came through here. It had to turn around somehow. The tracks are heavily rusted. It would seem they haven't been tended to for a long while. The building is rotting husk. It has been clearly many years since anyone lived here. Aaronville, maybe you shouldn't look around, buddy. It's gonna make you sad. Finished poking around, have you? Let's gather everyone then. I want you to all take a look at this. It's one of the mechanical soldiers, long since broken, apparently. How can you tell? It looks pretty new. But I'd say its presence confirms this is indeed Zeralja's domain we're in. What about the rest of you? Did you learn anything? So all evidence suggests that this is Yaslani Station. Hey Lou, Leilu! How are you doing today? Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good one so far. Aye, and I've no doubt we're in Yaslani, but I don't understand why these buildings are so run down. They were completed barely a year ago. For new structures to deteriorate and enormous ones to appear in a flash, if I didn't know better, I'd say time flows differently here. You think? Alizé's on the nose! Is such a thing even possible? We have encountered this phenomenon before, as it so happens. Though it may be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. In some respects, they are similar to one another, but in others wholly different. We call them reflections. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may yet have gone in another. But if this is Yaslani, then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. I'm not sure I follow all this talk of reflections and dimensions, but if Aaronville says this is Yaslani, then it must be. Your village is a little farther along, right? Aaronville, give him a moment! Oh, yes, it's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there next then. Rather than talk theory, it's always better to confirm things firsthand. See, like... Come on. Come on. Hey, Jada, good morning. How are you today? Happy Friday. Bzzzt, may I be of assistance? It's still functioning. I would have at least taken its weapon. Even if I thought it was completely dead, I would have at least taken its weapon. It doesn't seem to be hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions. Can you tell us where we are? Unable to confirm credentials. Please present citizen identification. Unable to confirm credentials. Confirm. Seems it's broken after all. Too strange by half. Let's leave it be and get going. Are those lightning rods? Would you accompany me for a moment? There's something I wish to investigate. Yeah, closer to the lightning. Yeah, let's go. Can I take your... No, okay. Oh. Oh, he is down there. Ow. What the heck is that? Ooh! Graha, help me. Hey, B-Dog, how's it going? Look there, the lightning appears to be drawn to those pole-shaped structures over yonder. The design suggests there's some manner of lightning rod. Let's go and take a closer look. No! Are you kidding me? You stupid cat. We do not walk closer to the lightning rods. Oh, I'm in zone 5 now? Really? Lick it. Oh, I discover a new location. Interesting. Okay. Ow! God. Graha, get back here! The others are going! We're gonna get lost. This material appears to be the same as that used in the mechanical soldiers and warships. On closer inspection, it appears to bear fine etchings, rather reminiscent of arcane ruins, these. I suspect they're not merely decorative. I would posit it's used to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observation with Y'shtola. For a blessing, the dome doesn't appear to interfere with link pearls. Really? Okay, what kind of technology / magic do these link pearls use, and how can we use that to greater advantage? Like, they're not hindered. Yeah, they're not hindered by any sort of interference, time, 14G. Yeah. They don't care about being immersed in water. They don't care about being in outer space. Like, link pearls are just... Man. Thanks for accompanying me. Let's head to the village and find the others. Yes, please. Let's get away from the giant lightning rod. Ah! I'm not afraid of lightning. You're afraid of lightning. Shut up. Oh god, and then I summon Ramu! Oh my god! Please, no! I mean, I don't see why they can't, Lelu, honestly. Link pearls can be used in the afterlife. I believe this.
My home. It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
Hello? Look at the patterns on her clothes. It's crazy.
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sriracha has told me a great deal about you.
I want her dress.
Sriracha?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
Is he hitting on her? Is he going to ask if there's a king? What is Graha getting at here?
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a king of resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
I mean, that was an awfully forward question.
Then you're both behind the attack on Tuliyollal.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I.
He is only for the Warrior of Light. Yeah, get off of him. He's mine. Oh, Alizé is always ready to go. Like, always ready to go. Alizé will throw down at the drop of a pin. Like, she is just...
It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zorulja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yasolani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know!
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliyollal suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliyollal.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine, like, I haven't played all the way through Final Fantasy IX, but they are definitely playing like 8-bit music in the background, which I am 100% guessing is Final Fantasy IX music. Possibly Garnet's theme or Svine's theme, like I imagine. Like, I know Breaker Leilu could probably confirm that for me, but...
Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barriers surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Châteaux live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Thanks. Debbie's thoughts came aloud again. Thank you for that.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong.
You're right.
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tulihyolal?
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolal.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Yeah, I can always kill you later.
Wonderful. If you would follow me.
Isn't it a little odd for the Queen to be walking around on her lonesome without any sort of retinue or guard at all?
Is that concern or suspicion?
Both? It's
If
both.
things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid? I jest, of course. But you do strike me as the most capable here.
Well, you know, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I kinda saved the star and all. Yeah, Broik. If they don't, I'm gonna be sad. That kind of opalescent. Like, they should have gem colors. Gem colors. Like opal and sphene and garnet and Yes! I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Any way you look at it, a mysterious girl who appears out of nowhere proclaiming herself a queen is suspicious. Diamond armor, yes! I am all for it. Ooh, hot chocolate. Oh, so close to 100. Well, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information, so let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn, perhaps about Sphene as well. La da 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 dum. How did you guys get so far ahead? Oh hey, there's an aetherite. Link pearls also have a teleport function. I trust you have similar farming facilities in Tyrol. They're completely different from ours. I've got no idea what those machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Tyroli have their own methods of farming, which they wanted to continue employing, but the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electrope has allowed us to fortify the buildings here as well as provide what nature cannot. What? Electrope. It's a material we use for myriad devices and applications. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly to the outskirts. What? Battery rocks? Those are some nice looking squash. Wait, what are you? Are you a person? Oh, but you've got a brain chip! The people have brain chips. And this is why we gotta double tap from here on out, okay? We see someone, we fight them, we double tap. We don't walk away until they're dead twice.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
Yeah, totally familiar. It's a common everyday thing. Ah!
Queen Sphene? What business brings her here, I wonder?
Oh my god, what happened to your voice? Is it the brain chip?
The queen has come!
Oh no, Jada!
You look well, Paquine.
Well, thankfully, I work Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so people will have an opportunity to catch up, because I won't be streaming MSQ those days. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, guys, you gotta get a little bit ahead for the next week.
And Catogne, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Lamachi.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people.
Oh man, there's two of them. Yeah, I got my fingers crossed for you, Jada. Con! How are you? Happy Friday. You made it to the end of the week. I hope you're having a fantastic day.
And I should like to know them as best I can. Even the most trifling details.
Yeah, I mean, Alize is pretty grounded. I appreciate that. Friday!
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Yeah, Warpig apparently also has only a half day today, and then he's taken the afternoon off to play Warhammer with someone, so... what can you do?
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Why are they all so happy and why do they have brain chips? I just don't trust any of this.
Vow of Resolve Wuk-Lamat and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wuk-Lamat is still so young. Ah, where are my manners? I am Papone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a ton of Wautenrig to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
Kakiwa?
Kafkiwa?
Kakinwa?
I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
What do you mean you're not sure?
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasolani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
What does that mean?
Then tell me, please. Where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
Right, Con? Just swipe that card. I just want that color as a dye. That opal color as a dye, man. I would...
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Papone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
30 years?
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoralja's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense now. I did question that at the time. I'm like, dude, you just saw your dad like 3 weeks ago. What's your problem?
30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
Meaning this is a piece of another reflection?
I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
Oh.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sphene, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
You know what I'm starting to fear more than almost anything else?
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
I'm starting to fear the woman that Alize is going to grow into. Like, if you think the Warrior of Light is formidable, I am genuinely concerned about her as a grown woman.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoralja.
You mean an Alize villain story? Yes. Alize villain arc. Oh, man.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
Yeah, I don't know if she would take out Elfino, but I mean, Elfino in comparison is a big pansy. Like, I could see a woman putting him in his place pretty quick. Like, the moment he fell in love, he would just become a giant doormat.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
No,
It's
I
no
haven't.
trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
Ah.
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
Yeah, my only experience with Nier thus far is what appeared in Final Fantasy XIV in the raid series, but did I need to get this Aetheryte. Forecast terminal, is that a weather? Yeah, it is. Nice. Electrope has done much to improve the efficiency of their farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old way of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. You went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciated that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Tirali tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there's no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Through mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Tirali have learned a great deal from one another. And I'm sure there is much you wish to learn as well, so please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Oh, level 100 Viper! Nice. Viper away your tears. Okay. Now I have to switch. Excuse me while I go find a phone booth over here and change. Ah, there we go. Okay, ready to fit in. Thank you, Break. I mean, I don't care if you spoil Nier for me. I probably won't get around to playing it anytime in the next decade, so go right ahead. Rather than bore you with lengthy explanations, let us head back to the farm we passed earlier. Yupri's Halo, it's called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I guess we're off to Yupr. Yeah. We're off to the Halo. Yup. Are you a person? Okay. You're a character. Nah, you stay. Only if everyone's good with it. Yeah, we don't want anyone missing this. Am I supposed... Is that an electric fence? I want to jump over it, but I don't really want to jump over it, because it seems dangerous. Aha, okay. Hey, Zim, how you doing? Happy Friday. Thanks for the quack. It's hot. Yeah, it is. Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Allow me to introduce you to Mahuzwa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. She's well versed in a myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen Sphene, to what do I owe this sudden shower of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's all right. I see. That's fair. That's fair. So the rumors of visitors from the outside were true. What manner of hosts would we be to deny them a look around? And I gather your majesty also intended to check on things here? Oh, a 3-second delay. That's pretty big. You know me too well. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farmers fare and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. 'Twould appear we have her permission, so please walk the grounds to your heart's content. You go on ahead. I will keep Sphene company. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type, but given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wooklamot's watchful eye. Pray come and find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. So is Pepper being there like a permanent thing? Or is he just visiting? Well, the heroic don't seem to have changed in the last 30 years. They're good. Tropicana? Okay. So, how close are you to getting those hunt achievements? Oh, I see. Okay. So is he coming with you to the other place for the week, or? Okay. You want to finish the MSQ and then get to hunts right away? Yeah. I am hoping I can get some hunting done, but I mean, the patch is on Monday night, and I work Sunday and Monday, so I'm running out of time. Oh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site, then. Dang, that's a third Zoam. That's pretty good. Considering we are like, I don't know, 2 weeks into the expansion? Yeah, no, I get that, Sam. No houses, well, very few houses here have central air, but, I did experience that when I lived in the States, so. Well, here's the storehouse, or rather, the entrance. The real storehouse is underground, much more spacious and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We even got a few beds down there for emergencies. Aww. I'm sorry, Zoam. And you're limited to Dynamis hunts. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, other DCs can do their own and then travel to Dynamis and do Dynamis. Aw. My parents often complain about how Alexandrian technology and electrope complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. Yeah, no, that's cool. You're kind of house sitting and keeping cool at the same time. I get that. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source... You wish to know about my job. I tend to the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. It admittedly took some time until I fully understood how to best carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work, but honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. So, do you look like a normal here then? Sort of. You have a stupid haircut, but otherwise you look kind of like a normal here. Your eyes are violet, though. Yeah, no worries, Zim. I appreciate the update. Sorry. Yeah, when cats get hot, they just get really lethargic. Who? What? Oh. Sorry. I didn't mean to, like, you know, tear him apart, but I was just curious. They're saying that you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. That is true? Some people already have all battle jobs up to 100. Well, I've got almost 3 of them. But yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I love that people are so excited for the expansion. I really, really do. I love that people are enjoying it. I love that people are busy. I love that people are spending like 16 hours a day in game. But honest to the 12, guys. Honest to the 12. These people that have all their battle jobs to 100, have done like all the MSQ, have done all the grinding, got the gear, got everything else, have already been crafting at level 100. Like, what are they going to do for the next 2.5 years? What are they going to do for the next 2.5 years? Every time a patch comes out, there's going to be like, I don't know, 16 to 30 hours worth of new stuff to do, and then there's going to be nothing else. And they are going to be complaining for the next 2.5 years that there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. And I'm going to have to listen to it, and I'm going to get really annoyed. Like, yeah, sorry, that's my tangent. That's my tangent. Exactly, Con. That's my point. So, I just... As much as I enjoy that people are enjoying the game now, I fear what that's going to mean in the future. Like, it's not a contest. It's not a race. It's not, let's all get through this as quickly as possible. Which means we're connected to the outside world again. I should probably talk to these people instead of standing in front of them ranting, but here we go. Not that I have a desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here at the Halo, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending to the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when they're shipped off, but a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. They eat dodo egg. You leveled your crafters to 100 because you just felt like it was ripping off a band-aid. Yeah. So, exactly. Like, once I get all my crafters and gatherers to 100, which really, honestly, isn't going to take very long. But I mean, this is like my 5th expansion now, where I've come to terms with the fact that there is like 10 levels we get every expansion, and it's super fast to get those 10 levels, and I realize that, and then I realize how sad it gets after I get those 10 levels and I can't get any more experience points, but I have a plan this time around. So I also have an alt on Hallie that is at the end of Endwalker, so I have them to take through the story and level up. And I created another one and story skipped them up to the beginning of Endwalker on Goblin. So I have at least 2 alts I want to like get up and keep up with story. So I've got to do this expansion at least 2 more times after I'm done with it. And I've got 3 characters then that I'm trying to level up to 100. So I have an awful lot of work I can keep doing. But for people who don't, they're just going to get mouthy. Oh, yeah, I had that too, Leilu. I went to meld some gear and they're like, you can't. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go to a materia melder. I mean, it can't be too much, right? They charge like 2,500 for piece. I'm like, are you kidding me? Really? You're charging me that much money just to put a piece of materia into my armor? It's a ripoff. It's an absolute ripoff. Yeah, I want to see that, Zoom. I want to see that. I've heard it's really good. I see. Don't be too hard on yourself. Any would be hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers? Then let us return. Yeah, I mean, I've just been doing the Grand Company turn-ins every day. I haven't really been grinding anyone. I've been choosing one class each week to do the custom deliveries on, which is going to be the crafter, obviously, that hits 100 first, but other than that... But you don't spend guild 2k for a meld. That shouldn't be big of a deal. Yeah, that's not the point. It's the principle of the matter. I refuse to pay for anything. I have teleportation tickets in my inventory. I have flames tickets in my inventory. I repair my own gear. Like, I am not paying for materia melding. No way. I was amazed that everyone loves their work. A curious observation. Do you not love your own work? Oh, but I jest. It's true that the people of the outskirts seem the most fulfilled. Always, they take their duties with good cheer. And what did you think of our little tour, Lamati? What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles and formalities. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. That machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling is understandable. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that has a strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have become charged up with the energy and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. We could take care of it if you like. No, let's not. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it is much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow of resolve of Tuliolal. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And Amara is even stronger than I am. It should— No! These characters do not understand that my weapon is a giant lightning rod and I do not want to play in the lightning. I'm a dragoon. I am not okay with lightning. Then very well, I gratefully accept, but please take care all. Yeah. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning charge fiends on our own. Good hunting. Okay, goodbye. Have fun playing in the lightning. I jumped over the fence. Oh, and it's in a river? The lightning creature is in the river. I don't like this at all. I know how I'm going to die. Thunder Spirit. Fantastic. Come here. I'm not going over there. I'm staying on this rock. Oops. Does it have to be in the water? I can't go under the bridge? Yeah, exactly, Brike. Exactly. This is the dumbest thing I've probably ever done as a— well, no, okay. There's a lot of dumb things I've done as Warrior of Light, but this is probably one of the top 20. Hey. Come here. Man, New Dragoon feels so good. I am really quite in love with the New Dragoon. the end, the last house I tried for had 3 bids. So this time around, I'm one of 2. So fingers crossed that hopefully, yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's in Ul'dah, but here's the thing. Like, it's a really nice large. Like, the plot is probably my favorite in the residential district. And once you're kind of locked into a large, you can become choosier later. Like, you've got the house, you've got the layout, you've got the furnishings you want. You can, like, hop larges whenever they become available. But on this particular area, it's available to private individuals and free companies. So it's a shared district. And it has, like, 3, potentially 4 small houses all around it that no one is bidding on at all. So if people are on Hallie and are part of the free company or want to be part of the community on Hallie, I could potentially sponsor people, give them money for houses if they don't have houses, to have it so that the ward around the free company house is occupied by people within the free company. So if free company members don't have housing, then we have, you know, housing available for people. So we find out tomorrow morning, Jada. The lottery ends tomorrow morning. If we get this plot, then that's what I plan to do. So fingers crossed that we get it. And then I can tell everyone where it is and let them know where the housing is so they can go check it out. So. Yeah, no, but I mean, if you've got a character on Hallie that you play, I will give you the $3 million for a small house. That was what I was thinking. Ah, you're both all right, thank goodness. You really needn't have worried so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guests, but thank you. We truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this we won't have to ask Joralja's machines for help. Ooh. I love it. I can use pretty much all the design help I can get. I am not great at it. Break has done our current free company house, and he's done a really good job of it. I am not a decorator. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. Yes, Broik, if they are on different DCs, but you can't have 2 characters on the same service account on the same DC have housing. Or, no, maybe not DC, maybe world. You can't have 2 characters on the same world have housing. I'm gonna have to double check whether it's world or DC, but I know if it's different DCs, it's absolutely okay. Yeah, for sure. Is V on Dynamis now? Sorry, I was gaming last night and didn't really check my email or my messages. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. Ah, okay. I can't go to Crystal. Well, no, actually, I do have an alt on Crystal I could log into. That's enough. If you have grievances, I will hear them later, but to speak of the king now. No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. You couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. Okay. Yeah, no worries. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. You seem a good sort, Sphene, that I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. Ah, for you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Now I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Yeah, I mean, there's always time break. There's no reason to rush. The alts will wait. I haven't logged into any of my alts either, except to like move stuff around, but perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. Okay, we are going to... Do you hear that? Hear what?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
Okay, that was enigmatic.
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
That bracelet. That bracelet. I see the bracelet right away. There's a bracelet on that wrist. That bracelet looks familiar. Why does that bracelet look familiar? No, I can understand that, Con. Do I want to click through this?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
Dude, close up on the
Here,
bracelet.
Namika. Everything is going to be all right.
I knew it was. I knew it was. I knew it was.
What's the matter, dear?
She wants to talk to Wooklamot again. Sergal, I know, man.
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Hey, ZX.
It's me, Wuklamat.
Okay, dude, she just lost her dad. Why do you guys have to be so mean to her?
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on, in us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
Oh, man.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
Dear God, how can people hate on this character with everything she's been through? Like, who has the audacity to hate on this beautiful character who has experienced so much loss so quickly, so gracefully? Like, I am willing to fight them right now.
It's not the end.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
Yeah, Lamati is not getting a break. Like, it is just one hit after another.
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. specifically the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
So, having come to this conclusion, wouldn't it be a priority to get the Dawn Servant of Resolve back to Tuliolo? Like, ASAP. Like, I get the Warrior of Light kind of taking things from here, but if every day that passes here is 5 or 10 years in the future for everywhere else, like, she's got to get home now. She can't be fighting this battle.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining.
Yeah, no, that's a good opinion, Break. I think I understand that. That turned out just fine. Yeah, I mean, just fine, ZX, just fine.
Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding.
Yeah, I don't remember that, Oldera. I remember them saying that in Shadowbringers very clearly, that there was large time discrepancies between the first and the source, but that for the moment, those discrepancies seem to have become minimal. But I don't recall them saying that here, unless I just completely missed it. I do have fish brain, but...
I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep, that tower over yonder. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zeraljar resides.
Aha!
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zeraljar do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zorolja's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty.
God.
Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What?
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
What?
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
The cloud. So, is that how they get around, like, people not having the brain to survive unlimited life? I don't know. I've heard that was a rumor that, like, humans can't live indefinitely because our brains would eventually run out of space. I don't think it's a thing, because brains constantly, like, forget things and learn new things literally all of the time. But I have heard that as a rumor, and I don't know if they're using that as, like, a science fiction trope. I don't know. This is so weird. What's going on? How could he suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to the others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let us make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene afterwards at the Aetherite. There must be unforeseen defenses. Alphino, there must be a secret entrance that can be uncovered with Aether. Graha, Tia, there's tacos in there! Let me in! An old woman named Namika? I'm afraid I don't know that person. I'm sorry I couldn't be of help. Oh my god. Yeah. No, and I don't really believe that. The human body is very good at protecting itself. Especially against, like, madness. Your brain has all sorts of weird little triggers that if something super bad happens to your brain, it will just, like, forget those memories or write them over with something different. Like, there are, like, if you go into, like, trauma counseling and stuff, there are a whole bunch of really crazy things that your brain can do to protect yourself. What's that? Do I know a Namika? Never met anyone by that name, and I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. If she spent time here, I would remember. The other thing I heard was that people wouldn't want to live forever because of the nature of injury. So, for example, take a look at your average 40-year-old and all the injuries, the scars and stuff they've sustained in 40 years. Now, times that by 10 for a 400-year, or by 100 for a 4,000-year life, and your body is going to be so beaten and broken and scarred that it probably wouldn't be something you would want to live in. But with medical technology advancing, like, I don't see that really as being an issue either. Now, that is the thing. So there is a series by David Eddings. He writes co-side his wife, Lee Eddings. And it's about a couple of immortal beings, a sorcerer and a sorceress, who repeatedly lose people they love. Yeah. He's done Sparhawk, but I'm talking about, like, the Belgriad and the Malorian. And that sort of repeated loss. So being an immortal amongst non-immortals would be very traumatic, because you would see people born, get old, die repeatedly in your lifetime, and that would become very distressing. Like, you wouldn't be able to form attachment to anything because everything just dies too quickly. You would be afraid to love, essentially. But if you're an immortal amongst other immortals, I don't see that as being a problem. I do recall caring for someone until recently, and you say that was a woman named Namika? Well, I can't say for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. Okay, well, everyone seems very cognizant of this cloud. They know what it is. Oh yeah. Okay. So I had this conversation with my mom the other day, because now that I'm getting older, some things in my perception of time are changing. So, for example, when I was back in my 20s, back in early university, like my 20s, I would be replacing, like, appliances and phones and everything literally all the time. Like, I didn't have anything in my life that was more than 3 years old. Like, if something got old or broken or dirty, I would just replace it. Like, I didn't think anything of it. But now that I'm twice that age, now that I'm in my early 40s, it's like everything breaks literally all of the time, and I am so sick and tired of replacing things. Like, why do the TV keep breaking every 5 or 10 years? Why does the coffee maker have to be replaced every 5 years? Like, I am so bloody sick and tired of everything around me breaking. And I have absolutely no idea how someone who lives 2,000 years would take this. Like, it would just be so frustrating. Like, every day you wake up and something else will have to be replaced. Like, this is nonsense. And I mean, yeah, part of it is engineered obsolescence, absolutely. But it just seems like now replacing things has become like a majority of my life's chores, is like fixing things that have become broken or old or, you know, I can't take this anymore. And I have no idea. It's just going to get worse as you get older and time skews even more. Time go faster and things are going to break quicker. And it's just a never ending cycle of why is all this garbage in my life? I've had it for 3,000 years, but I just don't feel like spending money to replace. Exactly. Yes, Broik, that is exactly it. That is exactly it. For a 20-year-old, 1 year is 5% of their life, but for a 50-year-old, 1 year is only 2%. Yes, time goes faster. And now I kind of understand my parents when they were in their 40s and 50s and 60s, and they're like, and you have this conversation like, oh my God, that toaster is so old. One side of it doesn't even work anymore. Like, why don't you just buy a new toaster? And like, I don't want to buy a new toaster. This one still works perfectly fine for one slice of bread, and that's perfect. I don't want a new one. I don't want to spend $25 on a new toaster. This one still works. Oh, man. So it wasn't the same for everyone. Finally realizing why your mom would always tell me slow down, and looking back, your 20s entered. Yeah. And I mean, you spend so much of your childhood being like, I can't wait, you know, when I grow up, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this. And when I grow up, you know, this is going to happen. And when I grow up, and those years are like the longest years of your life. I remember summers just being like a lifetime, and doing so much and going so many places, and the eternal summers of the childhood mind. And, yeah. Now it's just like, okay, well, maybe this summer I'll take a trip somewhere if I find the time. I don't know. You have the same toaster from when you were a kid? My God, Zoe, where do you buy your appliances? Please tell me where you buy your appliances, because I need this toaster. Okay, that I disbelieve. Zoam, I'm gonna call you on that one. You have the same glasses from when you were in high school? Okay, well, how long ago, one, did you go to high school? But you've had the same car for 15 years? Oh my God. Okay, I have to replace my glasses at least every 5 years. Just saying, even if my prescription doesn't change, like 5 years is kind of like the maximum a pair of glasses can last. High school was you've had the same pair of glasses for 20 years. Chat, come on, back me up on this one. Who else wears glasses and who have the same pair of glasses for 20 years? Good. I'm not resting on this until I get an answer, because I am like in shock right now. Some of the older designed frames can last a really long time if kept up well. Maybe. Is it because I like buy all my glasses at like Walmart? Is that the problem? Like if I went to an actual like optometrist and bought a good pair of frames, like would they last 20 years? Man. Maybe my problem is I just buy cheap. Maybe I need to invest some money. Like, we went out when we got married and bought like a solid wood bedroom set. Like, solid oak wood. Because we only ever want to buy something like that once. So we spent a lot of money, solid wood, no press board, no anything, like just solid wood. So I know it's going to last at least the rest of our lives. But on other things like glasses, I'm like, well, I don't want to spend more than $100 on a pair of glasses. But maybe if I do, it'll last 20 years. Yeah. That's what I wanted. I wanted something that, like, I had lived my entire life with pressboard furniture. I'd moved like 17 times and had to take it all apart and put it back together, so it was crap. So I didn't want that anymore. I wanted the bedroom set, so that's what we did. There's a screw in your glasses you have to tighten every once in a while. Yeah? God. I mean, but the question, Zoam, is, was it like a Walmart 2-for-1 deal, or did you get them at an actual optometrist and spent like $300 on them? You don't remember? It was too long ago. That's funny. Oh my god, I love it. I mean, at least you're being honest. Like, I was in high school. I didn't pay for them. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act too, and I sensed none of that in the moment. Right? We need to investigate Zoam and find out the source of the immortality of the objects of his life. I mean, it's probably good decision buying and maintenance, but that seems like a lot of work. So instead, let's bring out the probes. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Papone seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But whom might we ask about this? If we continued making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kakijwa Kakwinwa instead. Sphene said to try the Thunder Yards. It should be in this direction. What the heck is that thing? It's an evil Mike the TV. Oh my god, it's Mike the TV! Impossible! Another kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We better destroy it. Ah! Should we give chase? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Erenvel, are you all right? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. It went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. I have the feeling that maybe not many people would get the Mike the TV reference. That is a Reboot reference. And I think Reboot is a Canadian thing. Sorry, just passing through your pen. Aaronville, what's going on, buddy? That voice, could it be? Oh, Con. Man, that makes me feel old. But that's fair. That's completely fair. I understand that. You found it? So it's not that it's a Canadian thing, it's that it's an old thing. I get it. Yeah, I wouldn't have watched that for obvious reasons. To the northeast, then it must be bound for the mines. Come on then. It could well be a trap, so let's not rush in too quickly. Da, da, da. I heard faint voices coming from inside, so it's not alone, but we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. Okay, I will be ready for a fight. I predict there won't be a fight. There is an aether current, though. I can hear them, several people up ahead. I can't make out their conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard.
What is this?
Aaronville!
A trap?
It really is you!
Yeah, that's my name that I don't like anyone calling me. What's up?
Huh?
Who?
I just had to to get a look at you in the light, and I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Olympia.
My darling, what now?
That's what I said when I had to pronounce it.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
What did you call me? Fussy little bun. Yes!
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
Yeah, but...
I'd know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galul Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ellen Espierre was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
Well, yeah, considering he didn't know his father, at least his mother or someone else he was very close with should have the same accent he does. You are correct, Broik.
I can't say that I do. But you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Oh, this won't do. Come in! Friends of my Ellen Espierre are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place. How are things still getting stranger?
Lemati's probably like, this is the worst dream I have ever had in my entire life. I lose my dad, I lose my mom, I'm talking to a giant floating robot head, like nothing here makes sense. As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what's happened, we'll need to ask her. Let's hear what she has to say. It's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students of Beldessian, it's been a while since I've heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, it's just a body that I control remotely. I use this for our operations. We're members of a resistance organization, Oblivion, we call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zeralja's ambitions for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. Right you are, though truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is... As I expect you've already noticed, everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Then, does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zeralja. But we failed to do that, and now he's taken his army outside the dome. Yeah, we know. None of you wear those strange devices on your heads. Does that have something to do with your work? You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electro-technology, and that we don't wear one, and that we don't wear it is indeed related to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation, to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls as a common resource and payment for services rendered. The void-sent practice of consuming others for their aether comes to mind, and similarly, I expect that the act comes with some risk. Oh, why am I just picturing them bringing us into dungeons or raids where we have like 3 lives or 2 lives and we can't die more often than that? Yeah, exactly. You've been a good boy today. Here's your soul of the damned. Wouldn't the consciousness of others corrupt your own? Hey, Phil? Would be nice if they did do it that way. Yeah, I mean, it adds another element of danger to it, absolutely. As someone who dies frequently, I'm on the lesser side of the pro column. Yeah, very Delum Regine of them. Yeah. That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management? Then the reason everyone has forgotten Namika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people by Everkeep's core system so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So this is what is meant by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It is a frightening function of the regulators and an integral step in soul cell production. I love these little tutorials they put up when they're trying to explain complex topics. This is awesome. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It is then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Oh man, those were gnarly pit stains. God. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. And this is why people are happy here? On the surface is similar to the Yakwoi philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, the system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used Electrope to devise a means to save what lives they could so that the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe the Turali would also accept this way of living. It came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them if they so wish. Oh. Sphene didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. Ah, so you've already met. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zoralja. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she has given the people a choice: live with the risk of true death or security of the regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Quite right. But however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw it for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you'll find out. Yeah, thanks. Oh, man. Am I supposed to leave here? I guess. Ha! It's one of those wire spool tables. Nice! I think in the 90s and early 2000s, like every university student had known of at least one of them. Okay. Choo, 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 choo. Everyone here? Good. It is the responsibility of the Thunderyard's hunters to fell any fiends found wandering in the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Strika, one of these hunters. Strika? Strika? Waka waka. Okay. I discovered a new location. Kakiwa, what are you doing here and with so many friends? Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Elves look so much better now! Oh man, I want to Fantasia into an elf next. I mean, I'll be a Haroth girl for a while yet, but I mean, next time I Fantasia, I want to try an elf, maybe. Because they really did fix elves. Okay, hold on. I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen Fiend's crown, but they aren't wearing anything at all. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked? Yeah, what if I'm struck by lightning, guys? I can assure you they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Quinoa said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? Hey! Good morning, Ian. How are you doing? Happy Friday. It would, if not for the fact that they're weak to lightning. The Thunderyard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? But these facilities are vital to the upkeeping of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it falls to hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's the perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. The special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. I brought this lot here to see the danger you speak of. It's not too much trouble, if it's not too much trouble to ask. Ah, of course, in which case it'd be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. You all can handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw out something worthy of a demonstration. Aaronville should maybe stay here. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. Okay, what are we gonna go kill? And why are these sentries, like, hostile? Oh, I guess because they're Zeraljas. Yeah, okay, okay. I can kill them whenever I want. Okay, here we go. More electric monster attacking because this is fantastic. Meow, 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 meow. This one'll do nicely. Aaronville, stay back! We'll help you. It's fine, really. I've faced worse. Just watch. Oh. Oh. Awesome. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, I had to update my glam a little bit for the new settings. I don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no! Look out! Ah! It's okay. She's not dead. This is why we double tap, guys. 12th preserve. She needs healing. Yeah, exactly, Phil. If she had just dodged. Oh my god. See, you shouldn't be hunting anything that will kill you in one hit. Trash Monk would not invite back. Where did the monster go? That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. I told you not to worry. This will only take a moment. Well, that's what Zeralja did when he fought his daddy. So there's something going on there too. You can go fishing in the pond, in the cow pasture. It must be quiet. Just like Zeralja. Come on, let's get out of here. That's also a function of the regulator. I think I understand now how Zeralja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me, you empowered yourself with the soul of a beast. I'm reminded of the Serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. So you've crossed paths with one of the King's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. We could do the same, in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. And there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls, those of peoples and those of beasts. The souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you with the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws, too many, and you'll become more beast than man. Changing one's form through the use of other beings. Through the use of the souls of other beings. It becomes more and more reminiscent of Voidsent. Yeah. I see what you guys are saying, Khan and Zoam. So there would be like an ability currency called souls. And you could... I see. Interesting. So you turn into beasts instead of having pet beasts. Because yeah, I mean, we wouldn't use souls because using them is bad, okay? So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's not what happens. I was still kind of thinking that it would be a class taught in Mamuk, because that's where we saw those Boja mounts again. So, maybe? Howdy, Prince, how you doing? Yeah. So here's to hoping maybe it's a Mamuk job, and that's where it starts. Hey, it's going good. We went through, like, so much hard story today. If Reaper binds Voidsent to themselves, anything is possible. Yeah, I guess. We also have canonical Beastmasters in Boja. Yeah. So. Yet, unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea. Different means to achieve similar ends. Oh, sorry, while we're at a bit of a break. Sorry. I hope you stay cool during the heatwave, Prince. Tonight, guys, for anyone who's interested, tonight I will be streaming, but instead of doing maps, I'm going to do fates. So anyone who wants to join me tonight for Zone 1 fates, I will be putting up the LFG in Discord after stream. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing tonight. I want to say Zone 1 and 2, but it'll see how we go. I want to make sure everyone gets Zone 1 fates done first. It's also a good opportunity for maybe people to collect bicolored gemstones if that's what you'd rather do. Yes, so that sign up will be up as soon as I finish stream today. Please look out for it, and that's what we're doing tonight instead of maps. So I hope to see everyone there. Or at least enough people to make it fun. So let's do that. Yet unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea, different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. The civilizations and the reflections are surprising indeed. So, I mean, if it comes down to the question of, would you choose a life of immortality at the cost of others' permanent resting in peace? It becomes a very easy decision to make in terms of, yeah, absolutely never. Like, whether you believe in a Christian God or another religion's afterlife, or whether you have no beliefs at all, there is still something sacred about what we believe a soul is, or human energy, or anything like that. And the answer is for most people, no. No, I don't want to interfere with that process. I don't know what's on the other side of it, but I don't want to touch it. Ian, I have flying in the first 3 zones. You believe you are the one alive and everyone else is robots. Okay. It must have something to do with your billions of gil. Yeah, it just feels morally wrong. And especially if you have loved ones that have passed, family members that have passed, you want to believe that there is part of them existing somewhere, and you wouldn't want that part of them to be stolen, you know? I've never seen Death Parade, but I understand. While we have our thoughts on souls, while we all have our thoughts on souls, for now the important thing is we know what power Zoralja has at his disposal. It is one thing to separate corporeal ether from incorporeal ether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. This is no longer only Tuliolo's concern. With his newfound power, Zoralja has become a real threat to the entire world. Indeed, he has to be stopped, no matter the cost. The worth of a soul. Sorry, I want to see if there's a title. Domebreaker. Nice. Nice. Any Baldur's Gate fans in the audience? What is the worth of one man's soul? Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. The cake! The cake is back! I trust you've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you'll need some time to digest it all, but for now, let's head back to Earth and Sky. Earth and Sky? At this rate... There's something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head into the tunnel. Wook Lamont has a problem with something. Sorry. Ah, Kryl! I put a bid on the Free Company house, Ian. Yeah, I dropped 50 mil on a lottery, housing lottery. I'm sorry for delaying us, but I have some thoughts I need to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there's a wide gulf between Tuliolol and Alexandria. And while Zeralja knows everything about us, we hardly know anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies within that enormous tower, Everkeep. So here I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kakua and her people. We need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. We've only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust, but the fact remains that they share our desire to stop Zeralja. Sphene, too, claims to be at odds with the King of Resolve. May I ask why you would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simple, really. Their leader is Erenvel's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sphene may feel, she's a ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her and less reason to take her at her word. A fair point. And knowing Zeralja, we must assume that his arrangement with Sphene was not made without some consideration. All I know is that it would be heartening to have allies in this strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we could get would be welcome. Hold on, there's no guarantee that it's actually my mother behind the machine. Ah, the lightning. Without ever seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of a ploy. If it turns out to be a trap, we'd endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tuliolol. As you say, we have no proof that it really is Kashua. But I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can, otherwise we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy, and when it comes, strike down Zeralja for good and all. What's more, I trust you, Erenvel. You've always had great instincts, honed from the time of your training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if sentiment is clouding my judgment? I trust you as well. That's always the way of it with you. Fine, if you're set on this, then I'll say no more. He's got like 2 kitties now that he's like, oh crap. Then it's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. Yeah, but can I go into the city now? Like, can I sneak into the city? I know she said I was able to come and go, but if we're working with this organization, they probably don't want me, like, running around inside the city causing trouble. I don't like this base. I want a different base. This is a really depressing looking base of operations. Kashua, there's something I need to tell you and your people. Yes, it is, Broik. We came here for no other reason than to strike down Zeralja. But I thought he was your brother. Do you really mean to kill your own kin? Yeah, he killed Daddy. Papa. He killed Papa. My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. I am prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Yes, Broik, thank you. Like us, you and yours oppose Zeralja. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. I realize that this is sudden, that it's gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goals, so fight with me, I beg you. As you say, our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's tough going at it alone. While we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you, my fussy little Bun. He's all the reason I need. Then it's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Thank you, Kashua, everyone. Together we'll achieve great things, I'm sure of it. Not good, but great. Then let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zeralja's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? After a fashion, the king resides on the uppermost level, but while Queen Sphene has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it could only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zeralja will eventually march on Tuliolol again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we'd have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents would be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. No, he'll take the field. What makes you so certain? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliolol. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him, so now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Koana, who bested him in the right of succession. He's challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant, and he won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. Then why hasn't he appeared and given you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. At that, I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm, but if he won't deign to appear, then we'll have to force him to do so. Even as we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him, show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Koana instead. He'll attack Tuliolol again, like he said he would. I see. If you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliolol requires Zeralja lead his forces through Vanguard. We'll have lookouts keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those outside. Indeed, they'll need time to prepare their defenses. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Y'shtola, and will make sure to keep our comrades apprised of developments. Wait. What? You can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. Wait. I am missing something. So, wait, how are the link pearls still working with the outside if there was the time difference? So, like, link pearls can't communicate between time periods, can they? So, did, like, the realm instantly reach parity the moment it appeared? And it was, like, up to the point in which it appeared that time was moving faster? Like, the moments before it appeared? But it had to... There was really just, like, half an hour between the time that Namika got off the train and the dome appeared. Guys, help! God. It seems we have a plan. Kyle does say something on that. But I didn't catch that. I'm gonna have to watch for it the next time I play through. Okay. I don't want to call them plot holes, but okay. Well, I will assume maybe it's a combination of something really small I missed and perhaps a lack of elaboration on their end, but oh my god. Okay. We can communicate with the outside world via Link Pearl. While we wait for Zeralja to move, you do well to prepare for battle, and it begins with familiarizing yourselves with the technology that empowers him. To that end, I'll show you Oblivion's main headquarters. It's synced when we arrived for story convenience. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, Break. It's just a portion of the world. It has merged with the source, so the time is now synced with the source. Okay. You know what? I can accept that as an explanation, honestly. I'm okay with that. It's taken a little while, a couple of days, but, you know, everything's sympatico now. It's all good. Oh, God. Oh, I thought this place was it. Yeah, right, Con? I can see how you got confused. You'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside that tower in the residential district of Solution 9. You don't really like them doing timey-wimey stuff in general. Yeah, right, Circle? I mean, time just becomes complicated when you use it as a storytelling device. They kind of said, time go brr, move along. Right? It's stuff you wouldn't understand. Just, like, forget about it. Hiding in a tree in the forest. Hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The only question is how to get you through the checkpoint. Ah, about that, Sphene said she'd make it so we could enter without an issue. She did. Curious. She's not supposed to have such authority over the sentries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she would register us as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. When you're ready, come in and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly, eh? After all, names are good to know when working together. Portals to other dimensions? Okay. Jump to different timelines, you get lost. And I mean, it's understandable. Like, everyone kind of understands how gravity works. A lot of people have an introduction to physics in their histories, but no one really knows the intricate. Time is hard, okay? You saw a cool cyberpunk cat mask? Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for different glams for it, Ian. This is just kind of what I had in my armory chest. Okay, I understand geode, and I understand nostalgia, but Wayakaki? Okay. You want to be positive and openly accepting, but you really think this story could have benefited from a couple more traps. I mean, up until this point, I didn't really question anything. I was all like, yeah, okay, I get it. All of this, okay, I get it. But now it's kind of like, wait a minute. Where are we again? When are we again? What's going on? While Oblivion has operatives all over, we're the main crew here. I'm Geode, the leader of this hideout. And the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayakiki. I'm Nostalgia. It's a pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveillance and provisioning. Twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayakui is a tongue name, unless I'm mistaken. Wait, what? Oh, that's good, Con. Dawn Trail post MSQ roundtable when? It's at least a few weeks out still. It's at least a few weeks out. Probably near the end of July is the earliest I would want to. And I would do it as a podcast, and I would mark it as spoilers. But I would love to do it. That explains the resemblance. Okay, yeah, I tried that already. That's right, our mother is Tuliolin and our father is Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. They're beautiful names. Thank you. Though I have no memories of my mother, I'd like to think I carry a part of her with me. Awesome, Con, thank you. So, what made you decide to join Oblivion? We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name, and years ago he was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. It was a minor incident, so at first we clung to the hope that he'd be released. But when months went by with no word from or about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We had already lost the memories of our mother. We didn't want to lose those of our father as well. They've forgotten all about him now, everyone who had known him. That bastard! Even here he thinks nothing of his own people. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion. Hoping to get justice for our father, we joined the Order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. No, I appreciate you sharing this. Together we'll avenge your father. We've got a lot of people to avenge. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. You introduce yourself too. Go on. It's pretty much the same story for me. And while mine is a Tongwanagwan name, I haven't the faintest how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to go and see it with my own eyes, my mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, and everyone's so nice, you'll love it. Yeah, no, it's nice. I mean, really, the only experience we have with twins are Alizé and Alphino, and we could use others. Your last day before work and your PS5 does not want to connect with the internet? Oh, Sergal! Fingers crossed for your PS5, my dude. That is terrible. Sorry, guys. My hunt log, my hunt link shell keeps going off. And that's us here. You'll meet others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts, all. Ah. Elena Shipia. One last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kakua. She talks about you so much, it's clear how important you are to her. That's all. Be good to your mother while you still can, eh? Well, we'll let you go now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. Ellen Ishiba is how I say it. Oh my god. Meanwhile, in Everkeep, I'm glad that we still get these meanwhile, like, cutscenes. I love them. I've always loved them since the beginning. Meanwhile, in Garlemald. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Ellen Shiva.
You've been consorting with Wuk Lamat.
Consorting?
No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require, is it not?
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wuk Lamat bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path. I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliolo? What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
See, I might be concerned with her if they didn't already tell me that her crown is like one of those re-raise tickets. So, I mean, she's probably going to argue, get killed, and then raise herself again for like the 20th time because this keeps happening. Exactly. It's just a waste of time, honestly.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family. The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing. To kill them is my only recourse. Wuk Lamat and Kona, who bested him as he was in his prime.
They are still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City. Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions.
Yeah, I mean, Sergal has a really good point. All of this because he lost a fight. This is legit Like, this fight between him and that ghost dad happened over 30 years ago in his mind now. And he is still mentioning it like it just happened. Like, this guy has not let it go. He has been holding on to it like all these years and becoming twisted and bitter. Like, this is horrible. Yeah, this man needs therapy.
Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as Argo's align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason. Uklamat, if you are father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me.
Oh, you are incredibly right, Break. It's closer to quinoa. yeah, quinoa. You are absolutely right. Hey, Con, thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourself, and I will see you, if not tomorrow, then Wednesday. Holding on to it like being stuck in a traffic jam and needing to use the restroom. Yeah. Bye.
But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuli Yolal.
Sergal, you may have been AFK when I mentioned it. We are doing not maps tonight, but fates in Zone 1 and 2. So if you want to join us for shared fates or you want to grind some bicolor gemstones, that is what we're going to be doing tonight. Same time, same place as maps, but it will be fates instead.
What now?
Right. Quinoa is waiting. Let's head to the tower. Kafkawa. The flying squirrel is needed. The sugar glider? Yeah. Oh. Is this the way I need to go? This is not the way I need. Ah, bat! Bat is after me. Bad bat. Kafkiwa. 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 Yeah, Prince, because you're getting Twitch drops. For Final Fantasy XIV, if you continue to watch, you will get a mount. Yeah. I think it takes, what did you guys say, like 6 hours to get the mount? Okay, I am going not the right way. Yeah, 6 hours. I got this aetheryte, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. chocolate plant ball mound. Yeah, Prince, they're just watching Twitch, so I appreciate your support. Ah, there you are. There you go. Aw, I love you guys. If Queen Sphene has registered you as guests, you should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, then you may have a swarm of Zeralja's minions to deal with. Nothing for it but to see if Sphene has betrayed us, eh? Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass if you'd be so kind. Outrunner guide unit identified, registration number verified. 6 accompanying citizens identified, verifying credentials. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen Sphene. What a relief. Hey, let's go. There you have it. It seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. This is what I've been waiting for. La da 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 da. Oh my god, look at that! Oh, the bike! The bike appeared! Okay, that's so cool.
Everkeep. A tower of electrope piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
I like that it's not a city. It's like a floor of a tower. It just proves the scale of this place.
Spectacular, isn't it? There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Perfectly natural reaction. A city of shimmering electrope, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed the light back home in Tuliolo. Now, while I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations. And you want to know more about Sphene and Zeralja's dominion, do you not?
You had me at explore. Yeah, she has a nice voice. Not the voice I was expecting, but she has a nice voice.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely Naturally. As Bean's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. Ah, the elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Michelle Lasante? I'm gonna have to look her up.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector. The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later.
Actually, you know what? As much as I love Grahatia, and I hate saying
I shall
this,
speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
I think Alizé and Graha are kind of cute together, honestly. I mean, he's much older than he seems, like a lot older than he seems, so he's got that maturity that she won't find super annoying. But they're both really kind of playful at heart. I think that's a good match. You're right.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe. But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in her.
Like siblings?
Through a lot together.
Okay, yeah, maybe a sibling relationship. Like, it doesn't have to be romantic, but yeah, they're really... What, Ian? Nose trimmers that can destroy a toothbrush in 2 seconds? I would not put that in my nose. I'm sorry. If it could... What? Exactly, Sergal. And Broik mentioned that earlier too, that her accent doesn't match Erenvel's. So he got his accent somewhere else. We just don't know where. You used to think that Alizé and Estinian would be a good couple. Yeah, I mean, it could be an opposite attract situation. Because I can see what would drive Alizé nuts about Estinian, and that's his impulsiveness. Like, Estinian is a very impulsive guy. And I could see someone like Alizé becoming very annoyed with that. She doesn't like that sort of impulsiveness. She would, like, stab him. Inside of a year, guaranteed.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Wait, what? You did? Alanashpir, why didn't you mention this sooner?
Okay, he has the best mom.
You want to explore together? It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
Yeah, I mean, Broik, you're saying it's like an opposite attract situation. It's like, it seems like it'd be something that would be a point of contention in the relationship, but it's more of like a quirk. Like, she gets, I don't want to say fake frustrated, but not stabby. More just like, I can't believe I put up with you. Like me and Warpig. Maybe most of what Warpig does annoys me in that way. Yes. Yeah. When you live around a roommate with a specific accent for too long, you sometimes find yourself slipping into their dialect. Absolutely. You just hear it often enough. I have the same problem with some YouTubers, honestly. If I watch too much of a person's YouTube channel and they have an accent or they say things a particular way, I'll end up saying things like that too. So, yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. Okay, this map is kind of crazy. Let's, things are divided up into, oh my god, okay. Towers inside a tower, I see it, but I still can't believe it. For now, let's say we proceed straight ahead. If we feel like we're getting lost, we can always turn around and go back the way we came. So who's the best match for Bakul Jaja? It's gotta be Bakul Jaja's baby girl, man. If you don't know, search on Twitter. Bakul Jaja's baby girl. Come on. It's gonna be a wild day when they finally let the twins grow up. Yeah. With safe search on. Yeah, please search with safe search on. Bakul Jaja's baby girl. You know, I think Alphino is gonna look a lot like his dad, but I think Alphino is going to take himself in the completely different direction. So his dad was really like withholding of affection. So I think Alphino is just going to be like the sappiest guy ever. Just like really, really sappy when it comes to his family and those he cares about. Yeah, the fandom has been going absolutely feral for the lizard for some reason. A cool Jaja baby girl. There we go. Maybe Sadu? Maybe? I mean, she certainly doesn't seem to be interested at all in the little son. Sorry, Waklamat, Aetherite. I would talk, but Aetherite. La da 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 da. Ugh, a crossroads already. This place is too much. I've no idea where I should go. Right, I've made up my mind. Let's head to that building there. Sadu and Sirena together as a thing. I mean, there are a lot of people who are in that ship, hey? I've seen that around a lot of places. Yeah, no, you're right, Leilu. They did deny us for the last couple. Yeah. What is that? Team Rocket headquarters? What's going on here?
Ah, there you are, Lamati.
Sphene.
I was worried you might have had trouble at the checkpoint, but I see everything went according to plan.
Well, that's thanks to you.
Now, I know you've scarcely arrived, but I have a request to make of you.
Oh, a request, you say?
Yes, an important one.
And then you just walk off? Like, tell me what it is. Where are your manners?
I'll say it plain. I want you to make peace with Zeralja.
What? I thought you said you weren't on his side.
We have come no closer to seeing eye to eye, nor do I condone his methods. Be that as it may, I don't want you to fight him. I don't want you to regret a decision made in anger and haste. Unequipped with regulators as you are, the risk is too great.
I appreciate your concern, but you ask the impossible. Zeralja murdered our father. His minions slaughtered our countrymen. He will never renounce his war. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to stop him. I know you love your people too, and so you must understand how I feel. Why I cannot, will not back down.
I do understand. All too well. Let me say only this then. Zeralja will use any means to win. If you would protect your people, return to them at once and prepare. Prepare as best you can. It may ring hollow coming from the queen of an enemy nation. But, unlike me, you still have the power to determine your own fate.
You really are a curious one.
Why can't we have glowy dresses? I really, really want a glowy dress.
Look, you needn't worry for us. We have dependable comrades holding the fort in Tulihyolal. They'll keep everyone safe, so we can devote our attention to affairs here.
It's not yeah, I know, right? Her entire outfit. Like, not just the glowy, but also, like, the sheer fabric on the back with, like, the writing and stuff that kind of looks like a tattoo under it. Like, all of it. Kind of reminds you of the Eureka gear. Yeah, if like, the Eureka gear had a glow up, like a 10-year glow up, maybe. Yes. Give us the glowy stuff.
Please.
What was the question? Yeah, exactly, Leilu. It's hard to tell if it's something under the fabric or if it's part of the fabric. I am assuming because she uses like a character model that it has to be on the fabric, but it's meant to look like it's under the fabric. I know, there's so much going on.
So you have comrades on whom you can rely. I envy you.
You know, We'd like to learn more about you.
About me?
To be frank, we're still not sure whether or not you're trustworthy. So, if you have a moment, would you show us around the district? That way, we can get to know you better.
You're asking me, the Queen, to show you around? Oh, but I jest. I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me.
That earring Zero is wearing, yes! Layla, yes!
Very well. I shall be your guide. You're my guests, after all, and teaching you about my realm would be a pleasure in and of itself. If you like, I can introduce you to my citizens, too. I consider them family, as you do yours.
By all means, we're in your capable hands.
That you are. This will be an enjoyable and enlightening tour, I promise.
Oh, is this going to be a follow around quest? Probably. Probably. Let's begin then, shall we? I must say I'm really grateful. This place is so vast and confusing, I didn't even know where to begin. While the district may seem daunting in size and structure, all the key facilities are situated near ley nodes, what you call aetherites. Remember this and you won't lose your way. Okay, Prince. I want to do it. I'm going to end it in this city. I'm going to end stream in this city, sorry. But I want to get to a place where I'm just allowed to wander on my own sort of thing. So I'll do the tour and then maybe it'll be like, okay. Now then, seeing as it's right here, I'll show you the Nexus Arcade first. Please follow me. The grid. Oh my god, look at it. This complex is home to all manner of shops. This is what I imagine malls in New York look like. I've like New York City, like the heart of, yeah. I've never seen anything like this, but I'm like, this is probably, oh, that motorbike is for sale over there. That's, sorry, probably what American malls look like. The malls in South Carolina, South California, SoCal, South Carolina, South California. I could even buy it now. Just like the first thing I do is I like run to the shop and buy the bike. This complex is home to all manner of shops, from food and daily necessities to technological conveniences. You can find most everything here. Everkeep's interior is vast, as you've observed. This arcade makes it possible for people to acquire what they need in one centralized location. Amazing. How do you get to the upper levels? I don't see stairs. Do you see the glowing pattern over yonder? That's an automatic conveyor. Such contraptions are found throughout Everkeep, allowing us to swiftly move between faraway places. That will spare us some walking. Are they also made from that strange metal, what's it? Yes, the conveyors are powered by electrope. As a matter of fact, the ore is integrated into just about everything in Everkeep, even the floors and walls. By etching arcane circuits upon it, electrope can be used to convert lightning energy to those of other elements. In so doing, we can achieve various effects. For instance, a conversion to wind produces flotation, which is required for the propulsion of our flying vehicles. A conversion to fire, meanwhile, produces light and heat, and it is employed in devices such as street lamps and heaters. There are even self-heating cups that keep your drink warm. Yes! Oh, the future is beautiful! Sorry, Aldera. The malls in your area are being converted to schools and medical facilities? Oh. Do people not go to the malls anymore? Yeah, the floor is really cool. It'd be nice to have a floor pattern, but I am super excited about the cups that keep your drink warm. Can you make a drink cold if you convert to ice instead? You certainly can. Our vending machines do just that. Zoam, even thermoses have their limit. I'm talking about my tea that goes cold literally all of the time. What's more, multiple energies can also be combined to produce some clever effects. For instance, by manipulating the air with wind while projecting light with lightning, it is possible to alter one what? Free Fantasia. It is possible to alter one's appearance. Fantasia is just wind and light? Ha! It's actually on my wish list, Prince. It's on my Amazon public wish list. The Stanley Cups. Coffee cups that can heat your coffee while it sits. Yes. Yeah. I want one of those too. The little, like, small hot plates that you can put a tea mug on. Yeah. Those are not very expensive at all. Those are like $12.99. But considering I ended last week with like 69 cents in my checking account, I'm not quite there yet. It's almost scary what you can do with electrope. If such a wonderful material existed in our world, I imagine everyone would be fighting over it. What is she not telling us? Yeah, and I need to get my crafting skills up. If I were crafting more and selling more in real life, I'd have more money. That is absolutely true. I've thought of it. I do like cross-stitching, and I've got a bunch of geeky cross-stitch designs, but there are not enough hours in the day ever. This shop over here, what does it sell? Yes, let's go and take a look. I dare say you will find it interesting. Okay, but the real question is, can I buy level 100 gear here? Or is it in the last zone only? Because I need to update my gear in a very serious way. What? Rodina? Yes! I need tomes? Okay. Well, what have we had? I'm sorry, I gotta do this quickly. What do we have here? I thought I knew all the prominent tradeswomen who passed through Solution 9. Come and sign a contract, I trust. You needn't fuss yourself over the details. The arrangement is blissfully simple. You provide me with product, and I compensate you for said product with scripts. A woman of your expertise must surely recognize such a lucrative offer when they hear one. In truth, it was the trolley who first introduced me to the many conveniences of trade with scripts, a system brought to them by tradeswoman by the name of Rowena, but that is neither here nor there. You'll be well paid for your contributions with scripts naturally, and your earnings can be in turn used to purchase any of our wares that strike your fancy, so what do you say? Yes! Sign me up! Splendid, simply splendid. Here's to a most beautiful and profitable partnership. I look forward to doing business with you. Yes! Fantastic! Sorry guys, just a little detour for a second here. Where did I put them? Ooh. Ooh. I can buy the motorcycle too. Okay. Oh, I got flowers in the pocket. Nice. Okay, I got a little bit diverted here. This shop sells food. Those are the items on the counter. That's food? I can't imagine what they taste like. I thought you'd be surprised. Your countrymen were too in the beginning. Come, you must sample something. Choose one and I will purchase it. Welcome, friends! How lucky you are for Her Majesty to treat you. The 5 items on display are our most popular. I recommend one of them if this is your first time. Is that food tombstone? Select an item that interests you. Hey, you got the mount! Congratulations, Prince! Pressing the yay button. Yay! Slab of pink hexagons. Liquid-filled pouch. Long rectangular bar. Hexagon pattern bag. Black and yellow tin. I mean, do they have descriptions of what's in them? I imagine this is just packaging. Like, I'm pretty sure what might be in a liquid-filled pouch. Oh, you can get explanations? Okay. The synthetic fruit pellets? They're our best approximation of the taste and texture of grape. I've never tried the real fruit, so I can't say how faithful they are, but there's no denying their popularity. Oh my god. They just keep stabbing themselves with this, don't they? The grape polygons. Okay. Liquid-filled pouch. What's in you? Ah, the revivifying tonic. I take it you're thirsty. The flavor is a sublime blend of sweet and salty, and it stays fresh for over 10 years thanks to the special container. Ew, no, 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 no. You didn't even make the connection with the grapes. I just... Man. Keen on the perfect meal bar, are you? It's all the nutrients your body needs packed into a single foodstuff. The flavor is formulated to never taste dull, and one bar will satisfy you for a whole day. Many folks prefer this to taking multiple meals. I mean, probably. This is a strong contender right here. I might have the foodstuffs, but let's see the other descriptions. Ah yes, the salad paste? This is designed for those who are concerned about their figure. With its blend of 9 varieties of vegetables, it'll help your efforts to slim down. Oh my god, salad paste? fashion models swear by it, and Use can't get enough of the stuff either. No. This here is cultivated steak. It's not quite the same as the real thing they produce in the outskirts, but it's a sight more affordable. This particular product is known as Gold Label, and it's a delicious hybrid of beef and chicken grown at the plant on the 4th level. You went with the last one? No. No, I'll go with the all-day fruit bar. Thanks. All the nutrients my body needs packed into a single foodstuff. That is exactly what I want to put down my gullet. You love the low poly grape housing lamppost? Yes. Circle went with the salad paste? Ew. Canned meat. See, I would go with the salad paste if it like filled me up and I didn't go around like absolutely starving all day. You got the meat. Prince got the meat. Where's the stir fry? Where's the pizza? The flavor is formulated to never taste dull. It's exciting. The flavor is exciting, guys. The flavor is exciting, and 1 bar will satisfy you for a whole day. Lambus bread. More lambus bread. I hate the future, take me back. Yeah, there wasn't any carrots in any of this. Except for maybe the salad paste, I guess. While they're all very tempting, I'm going to have the steak. I'm absolutely starving.
Operation!
Thank you. I got watermelon. Thank you for your custom. This being Her Majesty's treat, it's bound to taste all the better. Say, would you mind sampling your selections here and now? It's been a long time since we had newcomers, and I'd love to see your reactions. Oh, man. Is this going to be like the time we ate the rat? The spicy rat? Or I guess no, it was spicy lizard, wasn't it? It was Shadowbringers. Oh, man, now there's a crowd. This is a great chance to learn about Alexandran culture, Amara. Let's dig in. All right, here I go. Following Wiklamont's lead, you sample your selection. Amazing! I've never had any meat like this before. It's tender like chicken, but flavorsome like ronek, and the spices give it just the right amount of kick. I could eat this every day. Ha! I don't mind them. They're just happy to see your honest reaction. And how about you? I guess I just imagine what it tastes like? Yeah, it is definitely lunchtime after stream. It's pretty good. I'd imagine it would be pretty good. It's pretty good. It's all of the food I need. It's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave. What Fake says. Oh my god. It's always such a pleasure. My thanks for humoring me. This does take me back. Although it was chaotic when the people of Tuliolol first arrived, we endeavored to learn about one another and embraced our differences. All right, what about you, Sphene? Aren't you having something to eat too? I appreciate the thought, but I'm fine for now, thank you. Oh man, is it made of Soylent Green? Did we just eat people? Thanks, Warpig. God. All right, but what's your favorite food, if you don't mind me asking? My favorite food? In every expansion, we keep eating people. Why do you wish to know this? Because I want to get to know you better. Why else? The more you know someone, the more you grow fond of them. That's what my old man believed, and my experiences have led me to believe the same. My favorite food. Ew, meal burger is yummy. Is it such a difficult question? I'm sorry, it's just when I think of those who labor to bring us the food, I can't settle on one thing. Haha, I thought I was indecisive, but you're something else. Indecisive? Perhaps I am, but you didn't need to laugh about it. That was Zeralja's kid. That has to be Zeralja's kid. When did he have a kid? It was a blue guy that wasn't supposed to be blue, and he was the only one. He was the only one. There is no other explanation. The fuck? I know it's been 30 years, but... Oh my god. I don't know about you, but I'm satisfied. Let's keep moving. Very well. Next I was thinking of showing you the residential sector, but it's in part so I can tend to personal matters. It's a visitation, to be precise, and I believe it will be educational for you as well. Would the two of you mind accompanying me? Oh, I know, Lulu! Why would anyone do that? Wonderful. Let me know when you've seen enough here and we'll make our way. Maybe he laid eggs like Xenos? Oh my god. Ready? Then let's head to the residential sector. It lies to the southwest. Maybe it's like a clone. Maybe he wanted to clone himself. As we walk, I'd be glad to tell you about any places of interest that we come upon. Okay. Okay. No, see, Prince, I had this argument earlier, like 3 or 4 sessions ago, and they do say like marriage, like they do produce sexually confirmed. I think. So I don't know. I am so confused. The blacksmith orange script body. Dyed black, it looks a little like a tube top. Wait, where was it? That's where you get it! That's where you get it! Oh my god! No, I was doing the blacksmith quests in Tuliolo, the city, and the blacksmith person is wearing that, and a couple other NPCs are wearing that, and I'm like, I hope I'm able to buy that somewhere, but this is where you buy it! It is legitimate only for blacksmith though, and that really sucks. I need this, but for like a level 1 glam. Oh my god. I would wear it just like this. I like the bandages. I want more of them. I've got like the head bandage and there's hand bandages and I wanted the chest bandage and one of the like cash shop items has a waist bandage. I'm like, I am keen on the bandages. Can I buy the car? How much is the car? Should I? I mean, it probably won't be any cheaper on the market board, right? Do it. I've never just spent 7.5 million before, but here we go. Okay. The Cybertruck? This is Mosaic, a cafe. Here you can buy drinks to enjoy while you relax. I see. In Tuliolo, there's a similar establishment called Zabrektil... That's seashell in the local tongue. Is there a story behind the name Mosaic? There is. In our continent, the races are named for stones. There's Hun, who resembles some Tonawata, the tall and graceful Elodite, and the diminutive and affable Mil... Oh my god, you guys are killing me. When they all gather here, they appear as a mosaic of colors. Thus did the founder choose to name the cafe. That's nice. If they serve tacos here, it'd be perfect. Tacos? A traditional Tirali dish and one of my favorite foods. You must try it one day. Oh, yes, definitely. We'll make it happen once we've restored peace to Tuliolo, right? Let's continue on. Oh, right! Was that the one he threw the rock at and it broke the window? Okay, yeah, then I know what you're talking about. Oh my god. He's got coffee! And here we are. These buildings are where our citizens live. They're massive. Each one is bigger than the palace. They have to be for just about all Alexandrians to have apartments here. Lest you wonder, I'm here to visit some people. Their apartment is in the building on the left here at Residential Radius 914. Residential Radius? That's right. Come, the doors open automatically. The whole southwest part of town is 4 giant apartment buildings. Oh, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I would have an apartment here. Okay, here's an honest question, and I don't expect you guys to be able to answer it because you guys are not the audience, but you're my audience, but you're not the audience in the target of the question. The question is, who, as a player and enjoyer of the game, could get to the city, run around, look at everything, and not be like just floored and excited at the possibilities and of being here. Like, I don't understand, with everything I've done, I don't understand how people are not just running around, like, looking at everything and being just gobsmacked by what was done for us. Like, how on earth are people, like, online complaining about this expansion? You've been freaking out since the underground city of night. Yeah. I mean, I can't even. I so want to spend the next 5 hours just running around this place checking everything out. I don't have time to go online and complain about the story. Like, I am just too done up about what's going on here. And it has me thinking about, like, all the updates they can do, like special events, like stuff coming down here, like new items and stuff. Like, they could have like these social posts that are like, hey, we got a brand new stock of what's-its in the Solution 9 mall. Like, come on. There's so many things that they can do with this. Yeah. Oh, I guess there's a talkie circle here. This is the lobby, a common area for residents. I see, and what does that machine there do? Ah, the concierge. They look after the residents. If you require assistance or have questions, they would be glad to assist. Is that so? I've no shortage of questions, but I'll direct them at you for now. By all means, you may consider me your personal concierge. Oh yeah, and the voice actors are awesome. They've been actually talking amongst themselves about which cons that they're going to go to this year and everything. Like, they are really cool. Oh yeah. Also, the Final Fantasy IX references have been killing you. I can't really participate in that, though I do hope to play through Final Fantasy IX again soon. I've tried it a couple of times and just not made it too far in, so I'm gonna have to try it again. Because I want to be in on what you guys are experiencing. Hey, Sphene, can anyone live in this place? Naturally. In fact, many of your countrymen make their homes here. No matter your origin or race or occupation or regulator usage, all Alexandrian citizens are eligible for an apartment. This includes those you met who work in the outskirts. They solved homelessness. They have solved homelessness. You've taken care of everyone for 30 years. I'm truly grateful. It's that easy. Yeah, you just get everyone an apartment. Yeah. You love Final Fantasy IX, but you do think that the combat has not aged well? I honestly don't remember what the combat was like for Final Fantasy IX. This is the place. A mother and son live here. Hello, Isadora. Your Majesty, you came. I have friends with me today, is that all right? Of course, friends of the Queen are friends of ours. Please make yourself at home. Sure, but I'm not going to take off my boots or put down my weapon, so... How has Milos been? There's been no change, but the symptoms are thankfully mild today. Hello, Milos. Have you missed me? My son was born with Levin sickness, a severe etheric imbalance towards lightning. As a result, he suffers from paralysis, he can't walk, and struggles to speak. For a blessing, he still has his hearing, and even on bad days he can communicate with his eyes. I see. Sphene visits often, does she? She does. Milo simply adores her. He sometimes even manages a smile when she's here. What of yourself, Isadora? How are you holding up? You needn't worry about me, Your Majesty. You always make time for us, and we have everything we need. Ever since I looked at the blacksmith gear, I decided to look at other crafting gear, and you're in love with the weaver? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take a look at everything, Lilo. I want it so bad. I'm gonna have to find, like, all the room I need in my armory chest. That's the problem. Like, I love the... Oh, I guess I can put it all in glam... But then I have to put the... Oh, no. Oh my god, I'm a freaking genius. No. Listen, hear me out. Like, once you get... Oh, god, that's the problem. Here's the problem with crafters. Endgame, they usually share the exact same gear. But the glams are always class-specific. But you can't, like... It becomes very difficult to, like, keep glamming the outfit over and over again. But you can assign... But it has to be a glam plate. Like, you can't even... There isn't enough glam plate space to have each set to a glam plate and assign the glam plate to the gear set. There's not enough glam plates. Yeah! Because if you were to, like, go back and forth between your, like, glamour dresser and glam it every single time you change your crafters, that's going to be a lot of work. Like, they really need to... Yeah. What? They don't do job restrictive gear? How come it's for us then? Because I really want to have, like, my culinarian look like a culinarian and my weaver look like a weaver, but I can't because there's just no practical way of doing it. Unless you spend the money and you get 5 different sets of crafter gear, but then imagining, like, pentamelding all of that crap. Like, there's no feasible way to do it. You think China? Maybe. Like, they can do something. There's gotta be something they can do. I'm glad to hear that, but you mustn't strain yourself, understood? There is nothing you can do for him. Perhaps a treatment with souls, or... Unfortunately, no. While souls can revive those who have met with an accident, they cannot reverse the effects of old age and illness. Truth be told, many children are born like Milos. The illness has existed for generations, but we've been unable to find a cure. 10-2 had a much better combat. Oh, it had your favorite combat. I didn't really play 10-2. I loved 10, and I have 10-2, and I meant to finish it, but I never have. So that's on my list of games to play on stream one day, is 10-2. Oh, see, Prince loved it. I want to play, I want to enjoy it. I just have never really gotten into it. The cause is quite clear, though. The excess lightning in the environment. It's no coincidence the number of cases has risen dramatically these past 30 years. It's all my fault. What was that? I'm sorry, Isadora, but I must be going. I promise to make it a proper visit next time with treats to share. There's no need to apologize, Your Majesty. If it weren't for you, Milos and I wouldn't still be here. Thank you, Queen Sphene. It's my pleasure, Milos. I'll be back soon, so be a good boy for your mother and me. Why does he remind me of that stone kid in Shadowbringers? My thanks for accompanying me on the visit. The illness is a part of life in Alexandria, and I thought that you should know about it. We'll find a cure one day, mark my words. We'll make it so unfortunate children like Milo smile again. Well, let's continue the tour, shall we? Look, you obviously have duties to attend to, citizens to look after. We can stop here if you like. No, I do this because I want to, so please don't worry. Next, I'll show you one of the district's most vital facilities, a place called Resolution. To reach it, we'll need to go by way of Ley Node 9, where the Aetheryte is situated. Okay, how long is this tour going to go on for? Because, I thought we were almost off the hook. It may be. I'm like, we might have to. Oh, it's just north of the Aetheryte. Yeah, I'm looking to take a lunch break, Warpig. La da 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 da. Oh, okay. You think there might be cutscenes after the tour? That makes sense. Okay, well maybe I should end it here then, hey? Considering I will be on tonight, so thank you, as always, so much everyone who joined me in Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's time to, yeah, check phone. Why am I checking my phone? I'm in the middle of shutting down stream, Warpig. What are you doing to me? Oh, there's lunch downstairs. Okay. Okay, thank you so much everyone for watching. Take care of yourself, love yourself as much as you love others. I will see you in game tonight. That sign up is going up probably just as soon as I'm done cramming lunch in my face. Yeah, hopefully I'll see everyone tonight. Because it's Fates, like, everyone can join in. Even if we have more than 8 people, we can make 2 parties. Like, it'll be a fantastic time. So if you want gemstones or need to unlock your shared fates, please join us. Yeah, exactly. A fantastic way to get experience on another job too, because it's the first zone. Like, bring your level 90s. We're gonna get it done. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you later. Bye.